God wants you to have heaven on earth and heaven in heaven. I know there are a lot of people that are pushing all this narrative, school is a scam. School is not a scam. Do you understand? So you may be pressing buttons, but the real thing that needs to be done, you have not done. For even a year, you didn't have a job, but God took care of you. You now got a job. Bam! First salary, 350. They now say, bring the 350. Say, I can argue. First truth. What's that? Old Testament, New Testament. You start arguing. The same you that didn't have anyone. Anything you don't practice, you don't understand. So today I want to talk to you on understanding the laws of wealth creation. So to become rich and wealthy, you either do it God's way, which we call covenant's way, or kingdom way, or you do it the world's way, which we call Babylon's way. Now the difference between the kingdom way and the Babylon way are numerous. Number one, in the kingdom wealth is not acquired, kingdom wealth is entrusted. So in the kingdom, God will test you before he can trust you. In the world, you can acquire it whether you qualify for it or not. When you come into the kingdom, the purpose of wealth in the kingdom is kingdom. So money in the kingdom is a tool for the fulfillment of purpose. But in the world, money is a tool for power and for all kinds of things that has to do with man and self. In the kingdom is selflessness and sacrifice. In the world is greed. So once you become a Christian, one of the things you now need to understand is that the very minute you become a Christian and you choose to be a true child of God and live for God, about 70% of the ways that people use in getting rich has already been eliminated from your life. Because the very minute you are a true Christian, you can't steal, you can't be corrupt. The very minute you are a true Christian, you can't do yahoo, you can't do runs and aristo, you cannot be a cultist, you can't do bunkering. The very minute you are a Christian, you can't do round tripping with foreign. So there are many things that you cannot do. So it therefore means that your options are now limited to covenant. So that is why you now need to have understanding, because what they are doing you cannot do. So I say to people that you are either in the secret court or you are in the secret place. Everybody is using something. Just be sure that the one you are using is the right one. Because if you are not using something, somebody is using something against you. And that's why we have raised a lot of lazy, irresponsible Christians that are jumping from place to place looking for Bishop Yellow, Apostle Green, Reverend Purple, that have a special anointing to anoint them to prosper. It does not work like that. Life is governed by principle. In laying foundation, the next thing we need to understand is that there is a difference between the person of Jesus and the principles of Jesus. When Jesus came into this world, he came as 100% God, 100% man, the incarnate Christ. Now, while he was on earth, he was going from place to place and he was preaching and teaching and healing. Now, all those things we call the parables and the teachings of Christ, what he was doing was that he was revealing to us principles that govern the operation in the world that we live in. So the person of Jesus will save you and guarantee your eternity, but the person of Jesus cannot prosper you. It is the principles of Jesus that will prosper you. So what we have seen is that a lot of people in the church, as a result of religious upbringing and inaccurate theology, they believe that once you have Jesus, you have everything. When we grew up in the 80s, we were singing songs of like, oh, take the whole world and give me Jesus. Now they have taken the world and given you Jesus. You can't pay your rent. You can't pay school fees. You don't realize that Jesus is not enough. Jesus must teach you the principle to give you what you need. Hello? Because we don't suffer in the 80s. This world is not my own. I am just passing through. And you are still passing through 40 years later. And the world is passing you by. Land you don't have. House you don't have. Money you don't have. And then you are now hungry at God. Now, having laid that foundation, and I want to share with you what I call 7 laws of wealth creation. 7. Now, laws and principles are universal. Laws and principles are universal. We know of different laws: the law of gravity, the law of self-preservation, the law of lift. We know the law of procreation, all kinds of laws. We know they are universal. So anywhere you go, land in Tokyo now, same law. Land in Switzerland, same law. Enter Kenya, same law. So laws are universal. Principles are universal. They are not a respecter of persons, but the application of those laws are personal, contextual, and geographical. There are some things you will hear today that you cannot use now. You have to document it and put it on the shelf for the future. There are some things you will hear now that will be a deliverance of your past mistake. And you're like, Kai, no wonder. Now I get it. I'll go and correct it. So every time you hear a truth, know that this truth is important for your life, but look at your present context. Because I've seen people that will go into a seminar and they will tell them you need to start your own business, be your own boss, and they'll go and resign on Monday. You don't have any savings, you don't even know what next to do. You say because one man of God came, the keyboard was moving. And then you are just to touch 3 people, and then you just go and drop resignation. This is your year. And then you are now sitting down, no money, nothing. What do you want to do? I don't know, but God will lead me. You are confused, sir. Hello? So principles are universal, but the application of those principles are what? Personal, contextual, and geographical. So you have to ask, what is my own personal situation right now? This thing I'm hearing is very good, though. Because when you talk about you need to save. Somebody is owing 15 million. And you are telling him to save. Yes, savings is a lot, but right now, let me pay the debt and come out. Let me come from below ground zero first. So you now need to understand that it's personal. It doesn't mean that the person telling you to save is lying to you. It just means that, yes, I need to save. So you now know you shelve it as a principle. But for now, let me come out of this debt first. Hello? Is it not somebody that makes money that can save? At least you first get a job first. So when they are saying savings is powerful, you note it. Then you now go and look for a job so that you can get an income first. Hello? So it's personal. Number 2 is contextual. Your context is different from my context. Because we may all listen to the same thing, but we cannot all practice it. So you are listening now, and maybe you come and say, okay, husband and wife, when you wake up in the morning, you have to do your quiet time and pray together. The family that prays together stays together. You are in Nigeria, your wife is in Australia. You know that revelation, your context is true too, but for your context, it can't work. Because when you are waking up in the morning, they are about to sleep. Do you understand that? So when you are listening to things, understand it's not that the thing is wrong, but what's your context? Number 3 is geography. It's geography. So for instance, somebody can tell you real estate is very powerful. You can never go wrong with real estate. It's truth. But if you go and buy land in Ukraine now, it might be a wrong investment. Why? Because of the geography. 2 things can be true at the same time. Something can be true at one level and become a lie at the next level. Do you understand? There's something that they can tell you now is true. But if they tell you the same thing in 5 years' time, it's a lie. You say, what do you mean by that? When you are not married, your parents will tell you, don't allow a man to touch you. Don't sleep around. Oh. That's the truth. But when you get married, if they tell you that, that's a lie. The same woman that told you not to allow a man to touch you will say, don't deprive your husband. Oh, make sure you give. You say, but mom, you say you should not touch me. That was then. This is now. So laws and principles are universal, but the application is personal, contextual, and geographical. So if it's not working for you, don't fight the law. Don't fight the principle. Find out why. Why is it not working? Because the question you ask determines the answer you get. Sometimes when people are asking questions, they say, what can I do to become rich? What can I do? Sometimes that's the wrong question. Because you have not been jobless, you have been doing something now. The question should actually be, why am I not rich? When you say, why am I not rich? You open a different portal. You now begin to realize that there are some things you are doing wrong that you need to adjust. Because you're already doing something now. So if, for instance, you have an electrical appliance, there is a on button, the off button, the pause button, the forward button, the rewind button, all the buttons are there, and you are pressing all the buttons and it's not working. You say, oh, this thing is a scam. It's a scam. I press on, it didn't on. I press off, it didn't off. No, it's not a scam. Why is it not working? And then you now come and say, there's no battery. Oh. There's no battery inside. Or you have not switched it on. No. Do you understand? At the hotel yesterday, my wife thought she was charging her iPad. So I wanted to charge my own phone. He said, go and charge it in the other room. I'm charging something here so that you can remove my iPad. I've been charging this since morning. And I got there, I saw 21%. I said, I charged this since morning, only to discover that the socket was not on. So I said, babe, nothing they charge you since morning. Do you understand? So you may be pressing buttons, but the real thing that needs to be done, you have not done. So that's why we need understanding. So laws of wealth creation. 7, number 1. The first law of wealth creation is the law of financial education. The law of financial education or financial intelligence. A lot of us are financial illiterates. And because we are financial illiterates, we don't have money. If you know better, you will do better. The more you learn, the more you earn. Your learning capacity determines your earning capacity. So, but schools don't teach financial education. So it's possible for you now to have master's degree in business administration, yet you cannot run a barbering salon successfully. You can't run a boutique successfully because you know the theory, but you don't know the practical. It's possible for you to have PhD in economics, yet you cannot manage your personal accounts. It's possible for you to be a chartered accountant, you can't charter Uber. Why? Because you know the theory, but you don't know the practical. Having PhD in swimming technology does not make you a swimmer. But an illiterate in Bayelsa can outswim you. Do you understand now? So it's not about, so there's nothing wrong in education. But if you are going to become rich, academic education does not translate to wealth creation. That's why the lecturers are going on strike when they don't pay their salary. Now, if you are going to become all that you are supposed to be, maximize your possibilities and be the best version of yourself, there are 5 dimensions of education that you must have. 5. Number 1, you need spiritual education. You need to know who you are in Christ, what Jesus has done, and what is yours as a result of what he has done, so that you will not be a pawn in the hands of charlatan, you will not be a tool in the hand of the enemy, you will not be a victim. You need to understand who you are in Christ, what you have in Christ, whose you are. Spiritual education. Number 2, you need personal education. You need to understand yourself. What are your strengths, your weaknesses, your likes, your dislikes, your temperament? You need to understand yourself, because if you don't understand yourself, you will not be able to succeed, because you will be deploying yourself in the wrong direction. Listen, if you rate a monkey according to its ability to swim, the monkey will be a failure. If you rate a fish according to its ability to fly, the fish will be a failure. So when fishes try to fly, they fail. When monkeys try to swim, they fail. But if you know yourself that you are a fish, you will stay inside water. So understanding yourself helps you to put yourself within your area of strength. Yeah, you know, people say, hey, work on your weakness, work on your weakness. Everybody has weaknesses. While you are thinking of weakness, work on your strength. When you become so strong in your strength will take care of your weaknesses. So, because many times, because we don't know ourselves, we have all this funny, I believe I can fly. I believe, look, if you can think it, you can do it. You cannot fly. You are not a bird. You don't have wings. Even if you have wings, wings is not equal to flight. Chickens have wings, they cannot fly. I can do all things through Christ that gives me strength. You cannot do all things. Go and read it again. You can do all things that God has created you to do. Not all things as in literally everything you have been created to do, everything you have been empowered to do, you can do it. I can do all this, I can do all this. Then you leave your strength, you begin to try to go and force yourself on your weakness. Hello? So the second education is what? Personal education. Number 3, you need what I call marketplace education. You need to understand the way the world works. Many of us are just naive. We don't understand the way we have what I call Christian naivete. We're naive. You just go there thinking that everybody owes you something, thinking that the world will, because you are a good person, things will just work for you. It doesn't work like that. Life does not give you what you deserve. It gives you what you negotiate. It gives you what you fight for. So just thinking that because you are a good person, that people will just like you, they will just support you, it's not true. So you need to understand the way the world works. You need to understand the way the industries work, the marketplace work. When you see an advert for vacancy, they will say we need somebody with this qualification, and you hear things like 5 years experience, 3 years requisite. That's what experience is, education. Are you educated in the way the marketplace works? Do you understand the reporting system? Do you understand teamwork? Do you understand loyalty? Do you understand tasks? Do you understand? So do you understand how things work in the market? Number 4, you need academic education. Academic education. Look, I know there are a lot of people that are pushing all this narrative, school is a scam. School is not a scam, oh. It's a curriculum that is a scam. School is not a scam, oh. An educated driver is better than an uneducated one. An educated dry cleaner is better. There is something education does that changes the game for you. So don't let anybody tell you, hey, it's not my education. No. But you see, the curriculum is a scam. So all you need is to now redefine education. Because those who created the academic institution and the educational system, they did not create it so that they can empower you to be rich and wealthy. They created it so that you can be trained to work for them. It's a capitalist principle. You know, I can't go into all this story, but get the books. So you need education. Now listen. Education will do 4 things for you. Education will help you to be able to read, so that you can read contracts and not sign away your life. And then you begin to blame them that they are using you. They are using you. If you don't want to be used, be useless. They are using you. Nobody you sign now. Education helps you to be able to read. Number 2, it helps you to be able to write. So you can write. Number 3, it helps you to be able to calculate. Arithmetics and mathematics, so you can do calculation. And number 4, education helps you to be able to think analytically. To be able to think analytically and objectively. So you find out that a lot of people have gone to school, but the only thing they know how to do is to read and write. They can't calculate and they can't think. And a lot of people that graduate from Nigerian university, unfortunately, they graduate, they have to be retrained again. If you employ a Nigerian graduate today, they can't speak good English, they can't write anything. You have to retrain them and retrain them and retrain them. It's funny. Hello? So listen, you need education. Now, when I say the curriculum is a scam, listen to this, especially those of you that are into education. Over 80% of what they teach you in school is useless when you graduate. It's useless. So when you are going to school now, think very well. Those of you that are taking, your children are going to study courses. With the way the world is going right now, with the way the world is going, many of you are still trying to fulfill your missing opportunity in the life of your children. So you want them to go and study a course that you did not study. You want them to go and study a course that will put a prefix before their name. And that's not the way forward. Hello? So they need to study a course that will help them to solve the problem of tomorrow, not the problem of yesterday. So the curriculum needs to be rejigged to prepare people for the real world. So I call it the learn to earn academic curriculum. So that when you finish school like this, you should be able to start something, to start earning without looking for somebody to give you a job. So if you have to go through school, we spend an average of 21 years in the academic system to come out with a BSc. And then the first letter you write is I beg to apply. So that means you have spent 21 years to become a beggar. So you are coming to look for a job, you want to apply. The question is, who will create the job that you want to be employed in? If it was easy to start a business, why did your grandfather or your father not start one? Are you seeing now? So you need to understand the way this thing works so that you can, because of time, let's move on. The next one is you now need financial education. Financial education. So you need to understand money, what it is, how to make it, how to manage it, how to multiply it, asset, liability. You need to understand money and really spend time digging deep into that. Number 2 is the law of delayed gratification. The second law is the law of delayed gratification. Please, I beg you, in the name of God, don't use your 10 fingers to eat. That's the way they trained us. Don't eat with 10 fingers. The money a child sees in the morning, they say they use it to eat bean cake, akara. Don't spend, you see, your life is in seasons. Morning, afternoon, evening, and night. The morning season of your life is the first 25 years. It's a season to learn. The afternoon is the next 25 years. It's a season to earn. The next 25 years is the evening, is the season to turn around and mentor. And the final 25 years is the time to rest. If you misuse your morning, you will regret it in the evening. Many of us are going through black tax and African problem now because many of our parents messed up their morning and their afternoon. They are now using their evening to mess up the morning of their children. And children are now carrying load that is bigger than them because the child now has to take care of father, mother, and siblings. The children you did not give birth to. Because you see a lot of poor people, they give birth to children as if they're trying to win an award. Every year your wife is getting pregnant. They can if this one don't make her, this one will make her. We are giving birth to children like sardine. Many parents today, they are giving birth to children. The children to them is like, this is my retirement plan. Your children are not your retirement plan. Children are not a retirement plan. You cannot put that kind of burden on your children. Now say, if not with this breast when you suck, that's witchcraft. That's witchcraft. Let them live their life. Hello? So it's the law of delayed gratification. There are only 3 things you can do with money. When money comes, you can only do 3 things. Number 1, you can waste it. Number 2, you can spend it. Number 3, you can invest it. Waste, spend, invest. Foolish people waste money. Average people spend money. Wise people invest money. Which are you? Are you a fool? Are you average? Or are you wise? So if you are the nil on the world category, let us eat and drink for tomorrow we die. Money is for spending. Then you are a fool. Hello, you are just a waster. Listen to me. There are people sitting down here today that will look back and say, if I knew what I know now, I would not have wasted money the way I wasted it. Many of you, the money you wasted on your wedding alone, wedding, 17 years ago, even the photographer collected 200,000 and a plot of land was 200,000, and now you are still a tenant. You spent so much money on that wedding. You borrowed car, you wore gown, you wore everything. Today now, you can't pay school fees for the children you were brought into the world. Even the naming ceremony of your first child, you block streets. And now the road is blocked. Delayed gratification. As money comes, don't waste it. Because if you begin to make money, there are many of you young boys, young girls now, you are making money, you have a good job, you are not married, your responsibility is not much. This is the time to start things for the future. Because listen to me, my mother will always say June and July. Like, June and July. Life is June and July. One is 30 days, one is 31 days. And my mother will always say, no matter how much February, because if February she decided to my 30. There is no way February will run. He can't enter 30. Every 4 years, he will enter 29. Hello? So many of you young boys, young girls, you are in IT, you are in the corporate world, you are doing international work, you are making money now, no husband, no wife, no children, but you are buying designer bag when your destiny is not designed. You are fixing eyelashes, fixing nails when you have not fixed your life. You are buying bone straight when your life is not straight. You have 3 handset like a 419. You don't have any shares in the telecom industry. You are wearing 3-piece suits. You don't have 3 plot of land. Something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. This is the time to tie that money down in an investment, tie it down in things that will change your life, because you will wake up one day and discover that it does not always work like that. You will just come into a season and money is not flowing the way it used to flow, and you say, Kai, I wish. That's why we're here. So the law of delayed gratification. Number 3 is the law of savings. The law of savings. You need to save money. If you don't save, you are not safe. When you study the Bible, it's there. All these things are there. The world that we live in, when Joseph came to Egypt, the dream that Pharaoh had, the Bible says that he had the dream, the lean cow swallowing the fat cow, lean whey swallowing, and he had it twice. And when Joseph came, he said, this is the interpretation. You had the dream twice because God is showing us the way the world will operate. It's called wealth cycles. There will always be 7 years of plenty, 7 years of famine. So the principle is that seasons of plenty and seasons of famine will always be in the world. So what you do in the season of plenty is what will help you in the season of famine. So most of the time, when you see yourself going through crisis, it is a report card of the kind of life you have lived when you were making money. It's just a report card that is coming out. Hello? So you should have seasons where no matter what is happening around, you always have goods because you have saved. Let me show you the Bible. See, a prophet steps into the palace of the Eden king. His name is Elijah. Comes into the palace of Ahab, the Eden king, and he says, in the presence of the Lord before whom I stand. Why? Because he was a carrier of the presence of God. So when he came into the palace of the hidden king, he said, I'm standing in the presence of God, not in your presence, because I came with the presence. And he now said, there shall be no rain but by my word. Now he was a prophet, but he didn't understand a lot of other things. So by virtue of that prophecy, he changed the vegetation. No rain equals to no harvest. No harvest equals to no food. No food equals to hunger for everybody, including the prophet that prophesied. Including the prophet that prophesied. And then he now had to, he had the connection that other did not have. He now had to hold on to the supernatural. Lord, God said, okay, go. I'll prepare the raven to feed you. He now shifted into the supernatural. But because of his prophecy, somebody else was suffering. And God now says, you see, you cannot create the problem and be enjoying supernatural and stop other people from enjoying. So the brook must dry up so that you can move to the next. Because see, the perfect will of God is not to bless you. The perfect will of God is to make you a blessing. Bless. So when he was in charity, he was being blessed. But God said, you can't be here, you need to go and be a blessing. So he said, I've now prepared a widow to preserve you. But people of God, she was what? A widow. Are you listening? I'm going somewhere. She was what? A widow. This was 3.5 years into famine. 3.5 years into famine, when brooks have dried up, when rivers have dried up. By the time the prophet shows up, she said, I have water. Where did she have water? 3.5 years into famine, she stored it. She had food. What has she been eating for 3.5 years? What she saved was saving her. It was when the savings was about to expire that God now sent the prophet so that she can now release the remaining as a seed to go into the supernatural. Someone say savings. So you need to save. Save at least 10% of every income that comes into your life. When you save, savings is not an investment, but you need savings in order to invest. Everyone should save a minimum of between 6 to 8 months of their living expenses in cash, so that when life happens, you have 6 months to 8 months to reinvent yourself. I've been saying this for decades. When COVID came, we saw what happened. A lot of people that you thought were okay, COVID revealed their deficiency. Some people died in COVID that you thought were rich people. Were doing GoFundMe to gather money for their widow. Why? Because they have official car, official coffin, official accommodation, official travel. And all the money they were making, instead of tying it down into investment that will help them, they did not do what they should. So you need to say save. So what you save today will save you tomorrow. Number 4 is the law of asset acquisition. The law of asset acquisition. Riches are cash-based, wealth is asset-based. When you say a man is rich, it's because he has money. When you say a man is wealthy, he has asset that is producing money. So you need to have assets. So one of the reasons why you save is so that savings can now be used to acquire assets. What is an asset? An asset is anything that appreciates in value. An asset is anything that appreciates in value. What's an asset? An asset is anything that produces cash flow. So when you are investing or acquiring asset, you are thinking, this thing I want to use this money to buy, will it increase in value? When you buy that car and move it out of the car lot, the value reduces. I hope you know that the Range Rover of those days are the towing vehicle of today. Hello? Range Rover. In those days, they are the towing vehicle of today. So all this one you are buying car as if you are buying a coffin. Something is wrong with you. I'm telling you, you are just buying car. You don't have any assets. How can you have, I don't know about Abuja, but in Lagos, it's so terrible. Yes. The educated ones are the tenants, the illiterate are the landlord. I'm telling you, educated people. Look, I have property that people are paying me 8 million per annum rent. And I'm like, some people in normal 8 million. I collect it, but I'm feeling sorry for them. Because if you bring 16 million, I can give you a 2-bedroom bungalow with 16 million. That will be your own forever. Do you understand? And you are paying me 8 million every year, and they are paying. Hello? There are people paying rent of 12 million in Lagos, 15 million. So they will pay 15 million rent and now pack a 40 million car there and think that they are normal people. You are not normal. Something is fundamentally wrong with your thinking faculty. Hello? And then the landlord will now be calling them Oga tenants. Oga tenants. I hope that foolishness is not in Abuja. Hey, there. So you people, you live fake life here too. So the law of what? Asset acquisition. There are many asset classes that can help your life, but the greatest asset I will advise you to get is real estate. Real estate is very powerful. It's the greatest vehicle of wealth creation that also doubles as a vehicle of wealth retention. So I say to people, don't do cash banking, do land banking. Because a city today was a village yesterday. A village today will be a city tomorrow. In 2008, we bought 70 acres of land in New Cairo. We bought it 50,000 naira per plot, 2008. The estate is still there now. I have like 50-something buildings to roofing level that we're selling now. The land is now 10 million naira per plot. 10 million for a land we bought in 2008 to now. You know, see how you done long. But that 2008, you also had 50,000. You could have bought it, but you bought the wristwatch. That 2008, you had 300,000. You could have bought an acre, but you bought a phone. You bought BlackBerry. Now you are black and you are blurry. And both you and the BlackBerry, you have expired. You bought Nokia 3310. And you're a big boy. Now your Nokia is Palasa. It's now a dumb phone. It's not even smart. The law of what? Asset acquisition. Number 5 is the law of investment and cash flow. The law of investment and cash flow. So real estate is powerful. But in investment, you need to now look at different investment vehicles that you can explore. So let me run you through some things you can explore. You can explore money market. You can explore the capital market. You can explore collaboration. And you can explore intellectual properties. So let's start with money market. So money market is you investing in financial instruments in different levels. So you can do fixed deposit, call deposit. You can do bonds. You can do treasury bills. You can do mutual funds. You can do annuities. All these are financial instruments. Or you can do stocks. You can buy shares of publicly quoted company, both locally and internationally. So any product you are using that you see people using that is becoming popular, see how you can buy into it. So you're on Facebook, buy Facebook shares. You are using Apple product, buy Apple share. You are on TikTok, you are on. So look for shares of those companies. Samsung, or what are they? So look for all those companies in Nigeria. Look for the companies that are doing well. Look for the indices. Whether you want to start with, penny stock or blue chip stock, buy them. The Nigerian stock market is doing extremely well, and it's been doing well in the last 2 years. But people are not aware because they are still clouded by the 2008 crisis. And they don't know that there's so much money now in the stock market that people are making money. So you can do that. Then you can do collaborations. What do I mean by that? You see, it is better to own 10% of a billion than to own 100% of 0 or 100% of 100. So you may not be an entrepreneur, but you can be a part owner of businesses. You can become an equity investor and say, okay, I want to own 5% of this business. So you have heard of Paystack, you have heard of Flutterwave, you have heard of a lot of IT companies that have grown to become a unicorn, that doing $10 million and above, and many of these people are cashing out. When this guy starts, maybe all they need is $10,000. Because I'll give you $10,000 for 30% equity. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, you move on with life. But once you click, you'll be amazed. So you can become a part owner of others and do joint venture with people and do collaboration with people. And it will help you. And then you can go into what is called intellectual property. You can buy gold, and I'm talking real gold. And then you can go into intellectual property, which is investing in yourself, producing products and services that belongs to you. Like all my books now, I've written over 100 books. So some of my books are in Ukraine, Russian language. I'm getting royalty. Some of my books are in 9 of my books are in French languages. All over, I'm getting royalty. My books are on different platforms. I'm getting royalty. So I sit down, I work, I know work, money they flow in different currency. My children will be enjoying. So it's because of investment. So look at what you can invest. It's called the law of investment and cash flow. So what you are thinking of is, what can I put money into that will continue to produce money for me without me having to do anything else? Imagine now that you have let's imagine that you have 10 houses. So if you start working at 25 and you are not able to get one house every year, if you get one house every 5 years, it means that after 25 years of laboring, you will have 5 houses. After 35 years, you have 7 houses. If those 7 houses are giving you 10 million per annum, that's 70 million from rent without doing anything. That's how people become wealthy. It's not to be doing fasting and prayer without investment. Hello? When I came in contact with this revelation in 1997, my story changed. 1998, I did the first wealth creation seminar. I told my father, my mother, my brother, the whole family. I called all of them from everywhere. I said, I'm about to do a 5-day seminar, Wednesday to Sunday. I said, Daddy, you must be there. Mommy, you must be there. Or else, you won't disown me, I will disown you. Everybody, I'm not a breadwinner for anybody. Come and learn how to win your bread and start your own bakery. I called all my younger, I told all my church members, I said, listen, I was still poor, so it's on tape. You know, we used to have cassettes in those days, VHS. It's on tape. I said, keep this tape so that when I become a billionaire and they say, oh, this pastor, church money, we use this one to slap their face. So I did the seminar and I told everybody. I told them, I said, you can give tithes and still be poor. 1998. Yes. I said, as you are bringing 10% tithes, also be doing 10% savings. I command you in this church, all of you go and open an account. As you are bringing your tithes, be saving. And so the first years we ever bought was Ashaka Cement, 1998. We all started like that, little by little, little by little. So it's not so nobody can come now and say, I'm not that kind of pastor. They know. Hello, they know. So I am rich and I spend my money with joy because it is my money. I labored, I invested and got it. So it's not your tithe and offering. Hello? Hello? So the law of what? Investment and asset acquisition. Number what now? Number 6 is the law of multiple streams. The law of multiple streams. And please listen to this because of time. Time is running. But Mama said I should finish this. So, so the law of multiple streams. Please, you see, this law is a whole message on its own. But let me see how I can run through it now. Listen, the law of multiple streams. Many people in our world today, they are involved in what I call multiple struggles. You are just a struggler. And you think that you are a rich person. No, you are poor. But you just don't know. So, you see, when I'm looking at, I'm seeing elderly people, no young people, so that I don't. Can I have just 4 volunteers? Just volunteer yourself for me. Come out, 4 people, just follow. Make I use to do an example. So that I will just show the example of it. Because if you get it, you get it. See this one. Thank you, sir. Please line up 1, 2, 3, 4.
Before you go, ask yourself this. What belief about money are you unlearning? Tell me in the comments. Also, if this message challenged how you think about money, then it did its job. This is Money Mindset Mastery, where we break on healthy money beliefs and build real understanding. Subscribe if you want more conversation like this. Thank you.